So this morning we have a bit of an adventure and we are going into Coles Cave here in Barbados. It's not pretty like Harrison's Cave, not quite laid out like Harrison's Cave, not a tourist attraction, very much do it yourself. But this is being conducted by Dr. John Mwansa from the Barbados Water Authority. Last time I did Coles Cave, that was like over 30 years ago for sure. I would say it was early to mid 90s. I did it at least twice. Just got my license, crammed like 9 of us into my mother's little Suzuki Forza and went on our adventure into Coles Cave. It's like I said, at least twice. I say at least twice because I remember once going and we were wading through like chest high water. And then another time we went, it was like completely bone dry. So I'm looking forward to see if anything has changed in the last 30 years at least. I remember the hike down a steep slope to get into the cave. There was a big grate on the front. So looking forward to it. So come along.
So the second company got some of its water from the cave that we're going into. And these concrete tanks you're seeing here were sand filters. So the water had to go through these sand filters to take out the suspended sediments and bad droppings so that the water would be good enough to drink. But at a certain point, the amount of bad droppings increased to a point where the sand filters could not remove all. So they abandoned the system, or that system, I think it was in the 30s, and stopped using it. So when you see these, they're not oil tanks. Inside them, they still have sand in there. You find sand filters at a lot of the water treatment plants. Fortunately, in Barbados, the coral rock does the filtering that the sand filter does. So in treating our water, we don't have to do that. I asked the same question about
really go much further than here. So everybody can assemble here and turn around and head back down. But it's been real good. So it's been really good so far though. Like water waist high. Surprised the phone still works. I had it in a Ziploc bag in my pocket, so it was submerged for quite a bit. Not as much batshit as I remembered 30 plus years ago that I did it. Awesome little experience on a Saturday morning.
Now, you don't see any water dripping through here. So how is this water getting in? You know, I think everybody has washed dishes before. When you look at the sponge that you have in the kitchen and you put water in it, can you see where the water is? But the water is in there. So where is the water? It is in the little openings within the sponge. So the same thing happens with the coral rock. It has little openings in it where the water will flow through. And if those openings are not connected, the water will come and stop. But when they are interconnected, then the water will keep dripping down until it reaches the water table. So not every part of the coral rock has enough openings to allow the groundwater to come through. So if you remember that, and you then understand why all the roads that we are constructing, all the concrete surfaces that we are constructing, all the houses are all contributing to reducing the area through which the water would seep through to become groundwater. Now, if water is flowing under normal circumstances through those small openings, it will take on average 3 months before it reaches the water table. But when it goes through the sacs and fissures, it can take as little as 1 hour, depending on how far the fissure goes down.
Do not sit in the back shit.
Who coming on next?
Yeah, me.
Yes, go ahead.
Look at that. It actually very sturdy. Its ladder is slippery, well, shoe slippery.
shine like man. Don't shine like man.
Water pipes that need to come out. How you join these together? How you don't screw them together, so you just want to push them at it, and that's it.
And you make the whole of it.
Wow.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's iron. So between when I last went and now, not much has changed on the inside of the cave itself, but I have to say that the ropes to get down to the cave and back out are a fantastic addition.